Sairam, our humble pranams at the lotus feet of our beloved Bhagavan.
Sairam everyone, I offer my humble pranams at the lotus feet of Swami. I'm Sai Giridhar and I currently serve as the Vice President of the Minneapolis Sai Center. And I extend a very warm welcome to each one of you seated here.
Sairam everyone, my name is Sanjana. I am from Chicago North Sai Center, and I recently started working in Milwaukee Sai Center, or I started working in Milwaukee and will soon be attending Milwaukee Sai Center. I would like to thank Swami for this great opportunity to be your MC for this weekend. Before we dive right in, how is everybody doing? Good, okay, I like the energy. Alrighty.
I'm sure Swami, who's seated here, is very much excited and happy to see all of us gathered in unity under this roof for this wonderful retreat which he himself has organized on the theme, Strength in Unity.
Like Sai Giridhar said, our theme is strength in unity. Such a powerful reminder of coming together to harness unity. Let's see what Swami says on unity.
Swami says, most important, do not ever think that you and God are separate. Think always, God is with me. He is inside me. He is around me. All there is God. I myself am God. I am the infinite, the eternal. I am not two. I am one, only one. There is no one else besides me. I and God are one and the same. To realize this unity, the first step is to develop self-confidence. It comes when you realize that God is not outside of you.
All are brothers and sisters. All are one. Be alike to everyone. That is unity, the brotherhood of man and the fatherhood of God. Today, there is an opportunity for us to embody this unity. The Liquid Love Seva is going on right now. Walk-ins are welcome, and you would need your ID. If you are able to, we highly encourage you to donate blood. Let us unite in this effort for those who need it most.
Now, so now we shall see what Swami has for all of us on the day one of the nice workshop which is arranged. So we are very happy to have the welcome address by the president of our region, by Ramesh Uncle, followed by the exciting talk by Swami's messenger, by Suresh Uncle, followed by an interactive workshop for all of us who are seated here.
Following the workshop, we will be having lunch from 12 to 1, Sai family time from 1 to 3 p.m., and then our second speaker session of the day from 3:15 to 4. After that, we will have the Sai 100 initiatives, followed by bhajans, and then after bhajans, we will have dinner, followed by the always anticipated devotional music program.
Please don't forget to scan the QR code to access the retreat schedule. And here are some of the general announcements. So we request everyone to park their cars at their designated spots. And as it is quite hot outside, we request every one of you to stay hydrated so that all of you can soak the wisdom which Swami will be showering on all of us for the next couple of days.
Along with those reminders for parking, Ted Uncle and Ella Auntie will be in the parking lot putting the Swami stickers that we see on a lot of our cars. Also, thank you, Ella Auntie. Along with staying hydrated, we hope you all brought your reusable, eco-friendly water bottles. And now we would like to invite the Region 5 President, Ramesh Uncle, onto the stage.
Om Shri Sai Ram. My most humble pranams at the divine lotus feet of our beloved Bhagavan, Sri Satya Sai Baba, and the Hridayavasi in every single one of you. I'm really honored and looking forward for this date from the last year's retreat. It feels like we are back in our home, isn't it? So, this is our 34th North Central Regional Retreat. If I got my numbers right, I think since 1996, we have been meeting in this campsite. So the major portion of our retreats have been happening here, except for last year, we had to go to a different location. Every time, we have a plan, an event, plan, an activity, there are always some challenges. But this time, we did have our share of challenges of a variety of things. But the beauty and the silver lining of that is Swami has seen us through in every single part of that. We really thank Swami and every one of you who have put in your maximum effort in making this retreat happen. And I have great pleasure in welcoming every one of you for this retreat. If you look at the map, it's about 10 regions, 10 states in our region. We do not have any center in South Dakota, but we do have a small group in North Dakota, Nebraska, Minneapolis, Iowa, Wisconsin, Illinois, Indiana, Ohio, Michigan, So our numbers are pretty big, and probably the group is small because there are several activities going on. There's a whole bunch of kids in the SSC hall with, our other guest speaker. And also there is other activities going on in the other areas as well. So that's probably like blood drive, liquid love, and so many other things are going on at this time. But we do have 300 plus registrants for this retreat as of now. It gives me great honor to welcome our two eminent guest speakers, Brother Dr. Suresh Govind and Srinivas Mantri Pragada uncle and his wife, Mrs. Vimala Mantri Pragada auntie as well. They both have graciously agreed to be our guest speaker, not just as a part of coming to the retreat. Right from the time we started talking to Suresh uncle, he said, I want to be part of it from the retreat to all the way to Swami's 100th birthday. And he is instrumental, and for those of you who know, who have interacted with him, he is like a bundle of energy all the time. And he's constantly on task. He said, did you make the call? Did you talk to the other person? Did you do this? That check of like how Swami would constantly check you, that is something very, very, very precious for us. And we really love you, Brother Suresh, for the bottom of our heart for agreeing. And you see how he sits all the way in the back, right in the middle of the people. He doesn't want to be shown up, but he will come up when he needs to be coming up. And it's such a wonderful exchange. And if you get to interact with him, we will definitely see the difference. So this year, there is a slight variation in how we do our regular retreat. So we have a guest speaker session, and then we'll have workshops right after that. And the difference between the workshops that we have had before and this is more of actionable items. Like, for example, there's going to be a commitment. Right? Whenever you attend this workshop, after you finish attending the workshop, you're going to have something to commit to, something that you have to do. And if not, you will be taken to task. No, not by us, but by Swami. Because you're making a commitment to him for his 100th birthday. So this is something that we have to work together. So if you look at the theme for the retreat, by the way, we should thank our children for the theme for the last several years that we have been getting. The theme, the Region 5, we have what is called as, for the benefit of those who do not know, we have what is called as a student council, like the SSC students from each center, between 2 to 4 of them become the part of the council, they become advocates for the SSC, and they kind of very active, they put together, and for the last 3 or 4 times, I would remember it is the SSC who picked the theme. See, there is a slight variation in the theme, and we usually talk about unity is strength, but here we're saying strength in unity. So, when you think about it, what is strength in unity? Can we go to the next slide? Next one, please. Next. No. Isn't there a slide with a... No? Okay. All right. So I had a slide with a tree. Like when you look at a tree, in God's creation, if you look at it, no tree has just one leaf, right? So the leaves are basically for photosynthesis, for the tree to produce food, and so that the tree can sustain. But the trees have millions and millions of leaves on each of them, depending on the size of the tree. The same way, if you look at the human body, we also have tons and tons of muscles and tendons and ligaments and bones and structures that we have. It could have been done with one, right? For each activity, there could be one muscle, that should be enough. For each leaf tree, one leaf could be done. But what will happen, like if you look at this, these trees also lose leaves and new leaves come back on. So if you look at the science behind it or the principle behind it, it is just that the strength is in its unity. When all of the leaves and all of the muscles and all of the strings come together and work, just like we come together in a retreat to do certain things or come together in a science center, come together in other activities, how we come together and do it, that unity gets strengthened. The unity becomes more powerful and we get more energy to do the whole thing. So that is the principle on which the theme is built on. So what we are trying to do here is how we can come together as a group so that we all can grow together as a group. So that is the basis of our theme. And since that time, when we started talking about the theme, about the workshops, about the activities, we have done tons of work. You will see for the rest of the day. I don't want to keep taking too much of time. I would like to introduce Brother Suresh Govind. Can we go back to that slide? We have all these information about him, but beyond all this, we all can read that, but one thing I could just say to introduce Brother Suresh Govind is an excellent human being, and one person who you can trust and rely upon so that he can help you to continue with this path of this. So some of his major accolades that we have right now is he's a member of the Prashanti Council, and he also chairman and board of trustees of the Malaysian Unity Foundation, and he's also chair of the SSSIO Spiritual Studies Committee. I would welcome Brother Suresh Govind to come onto the stage. Go back to the other thing. I'll introduce the other person too. And our second speaker would be our Srinivas Mantri Pragada uncle, who is actually doing the presentation at the SSC Hall. He is a retired English teacher, and he's also an SSC teacher with SSC EHV trainer, and he had taken many, many groups to perform in front of Swami. So these are some of his accolades, but he's such a wonderful, down-to-earth personality. And we did have, from the time we discussed with him, he also been part of several workshops, and he has been talking to us continuously in the last 4 or 5 months about how to make this retreat happen. So we welcome both of them. And next. This is our regional team. I thank each one of you. I think pretty much most of you know all of us here. Sister Crystal was not able to be here today because of health reasons. But Sister Manjula is busy in our SSC hall there with our guest speakers and with the children. And we have Sister Sai Prasanna. She's here. There she is, with our tree volunteer and a tree coordinator. And Sai Datta is our YA representative, and Madhav Komragiri is our devotional coordinator, and Sai Chalapa is right by the camera, somewhere, right next to the camera over there, and Rajit is right here, right there. And Brother Sanjeev Mehta is sitting behind all the way there. Our regional team is all here. We welcome one and all for this wonderful retreat. And here I hand over the mic towards to our brother Suresh Govind for that. Thank you. Welcome.